This is literally an unplanned recording. That's why I'm not gonna even gonna move that feather duster that's there. I'm in my classroom storeroom, and I've just been plagued by this thing lately, and I have no idea how to fix it. In the past 2 days, I've had like crippling migraines, and I mean, I could like waste my time, figure out the source, all of the above. But something that's basically been eating away at me is I watch a lot of videos and I love to watch like leaders who create videos. I love Leila Homozi. Um, I just think that if I were a bit assertive, I think I would be a lot like her because she is just so wise and smart. But then the reason the reason why I'm even recording this is because I had set a goal for myself, and this whole week I basically couldn't reach it because I've just had these splitting headaches. Even yesterday at work, they sent me home because I just couldn't, and I had parent meetings after school that I had to postpone because I just knew that by the time the parent meetings rolled around, my head would be 10 times worse because it was just pounding. And I don't know, like I'm just having a hard time like living my best life. Today is also payday. I missed recording my payday routine for July. I was just feeling uninspired. Like I started the intro but then didn't follow through. And I had plenty of time because we were still in the holidays. And I was supposed to also develop like a fitness routine throughout the holidays, a meal routine. And I think 2 days ago, I was supposed to make a budget that reflects the true nature of my spending habits. So I had chat GPT do it, and it was quite accurate, but I felt like it didn't know where to place a few of the items. And that's where I need to now go and find like what did I spend that money on to figure out what in which category it's supposed to fall. So yeah. Anyway, so back to Leila. She always talks about not needing motivation and just developing discipline. And I think that's what I like. I like discipline, and I did not know that I needed a ton of validation to push my ideas forward. Basically, I don't need anyone to start anything. I feel like it's my gift. Like when I see something I want to try, I literally would cancel everything to try that one particular thing. Um, and recently, with my channel hitting 1,000 subscribers after I think 13 years, um, it really like demotivated me because it's funny. I thought when I reached 1,000 subscribers, I was gonna be happy and more happy in the sense that I didn't give up, even though it seemed unlikely in year 10 that I would ever, not even in year 10, in year 5, that I would ever reach 1,000 subscribers. And I blame myself a lot for it. I was just like, maybe I'm not interesting enough, maybe, and then I would go through seasons where I'll put much more effort, like I would do the thumbnails nicer and things like that. And those videos would bomb even worse than the ones that did not have thumbnails. I would make so much effort with like the descriptions to make it SEO friendly. I would basically do all the advice that I ever found online, and it wouldn't work for me. And then all of a sudden, I had this video where I was talking about Takealot, basically go mini viral, and I think that's where most people kind of found me. And it's funny because I wasn't gonna make that video because I'm not ultra successful on Takealot. I was able to make sales, a good living basically. It was a great experiment, but I'm not sure if it's my passion. Like money is my passion. And so when my store stopped making money for reasons that I couldn't understand, I I was just like, what is going on, you know? So I don't know. Like there's a lot to feel demotivated about. And but every time I listen to Layla, I'm just like, oh God, like where do I start? Because one thing I know for sure is that I don't want to give up on anything. But I do know when something no longer works for me, and I feel like I've reached that with Takealot. I would continue doing it because the store is somewhat still active. And it reminds me, one time I saw this one person who was selling their drop shipping business. It was making over 1 million rand a month, I think, and they were selling it. And I was like, why would you sell a shop that is making you so much money? I think they just fell out of love with it. And that's how I feel about my Takealot shop. Like, I would sell it if I could, but it's linked to all my details. I don't even think you can sell it. I don't know. Anyway, so this goes back to like motivation and um, discipline. Like, I feel like that's one thing I'm lacking now, and I have no idea how to build it back up because there are just so many goals that I have to reach before the end of the year. And oh my god, it's just a nightmare basically. But I think the overall thing here is that I reached my 1000 subscribers regardless of all the bad things that I was looking at in terms of stats, in terms of analytics. I also became a teacher, a grade one teacher, like against all odds, which is also very, very funny if you think about it. And I get to do all these other things. That's why I love the internet. But I really need to get my butt back in gear. So I'm gonna create three big goals for the year, for this month, sorry. So I'm gonna create three big goals, and I need you guys to keep me accountable. The first one is that I'm gonna work, like, I have to have a exercise routine. I need to stop getting headaches. I need to hydrate, all of the above. So I'm gonna create like a little habit tracker, and we're gonna track it. I'm gonna record about it. I don't know how, because I've literally struggled to record a vlog over a weekend. I'm also going to revise my goals and see like which ones do I still want and which ones must go away, because I can't focus on multiple things at once. The third one is to grow my digital product business. Currently, you wouldn't believe that this whole week I wasn't able to record any content. That tells me that something is wrong with my process. And I need to fix it in order for me to be able to juggle this job, juggle my remote job, and also juggle that business. Luckily, with the digital product business, you don't need to be there all the time, but your systems need to be super alive. And I want to prove that I can do it while also focusing on a full time job. I might have my hair braided this coming weekend, which will make my morning so much easier, because if my hair is in a twist, flat twist, I don't like traffic. So I'd rather leave my home early and come and undo my twist here rather than force myself to undo my twist at home and then be stuck in traffic. It's just not worth it to me. And that just shows you like what a good routine can do. And I'm just done with this because I do have nice hair, but doesn't work for me that much. Anyway, yeah, basically, if you have any goals, go back to them, figure out a way to make them happen. That does not include like letting huge buckets of time pass you by, where you are not working on your goals. So we need to keep each other accountable with that and ensure that we aim or reach the next level that will make us better versions of ourselves. Because I don't want to be the same person I was last year. I don't want to be the same person I was 6 months ago. And me abandoning my goals like this makes me the exact same person that I was last year.
It turns out that the sound actually went out after this and the video quality also declined. So I still wanted to post it because I feel like it was a really good video. And I feel like now, much later when I'm editing it, I wish that I kind of had it close by so that I can keep reminding myself of this, because like time goes regardless of whether you do your goals or you attempt to reach your goals. And I know that now more than I did a while ago. And I just want to end this year on a good note where I can literally see that I took 1% initiative every single day to reach like my overall goals, because in years that I actually did that, I got things done, versus the years where I just like abruptly stopped working on the things that I was passionate about. That's literally how I made sales on Takealot. That's how I became a Fiverr person. That's how I met and worked with my clients on Upwork. That is how I became a grade one teacher. Like all these things happened because I took one step or I took 1% initiative every single day. And sometimes you just need to be reminded of that, because your 1% that you feel like is nothing is better than somebody else who takes 0 steps at all, or yourself who didn't take any step at all. So you always have to do that comparison in order for you to see that you are actually making progress. So I'm really sorry that the sound cut off, but I wanted to basically like just wrap up what I was trying to say the whole time. And I really hope that this video serves to motivate you to like ensure that you know that you are the only person that can make your dreams come true. It's not anyone's responsibility except yourself. And if I can tell you one quick example, when I decided that I was going to go back to school to do my education degree, the money that I needed to study that year came from random clients on Fiverr. And this was after my account had basically declined for a while. And then someone just showed up with over 20,000 Rand in that year. And that was like half of what I needed for a 40 to 42K degree. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. So never stop working on your goals. Get up right now and go make a plan about how you're going to reach them. All right, I think that is all. I'll see you next time. Bye.